In this video, I'm going to be talking about 9 fragrances that are sadly near the end of their fragrance life. I will be doing a bit of bottle killing this winter. What that basically means is that I'll be putting a certified effort into using these fragrance bottles up. This is an autumn and winter edition. There are some spring and summer fragrances that are near the end of their metaphorical life, but we won't be talking about that in this video. I'm going to be telling you my thoughts on these fragrances, the history that I've had with them, memories I've had with them, and if I will be buying them again. So the first one is Fève Délicieuse. As you can see here, that really is nearly coming to the end of its life. I bought this with my student loan at film school, and I think that to me this was one of the ultimate gourmand fragrances ever. This came out around about the same time that Dior Sauvage came out, and I have memories because I really didn't like Dior Sauvage, and I was really annoyed with Christian Dior for making Dior Sauvage, and then I immediately forgave them with this. This was a beautiful praline vanilla. Yeah, I mean, to me this was film school. You know, I really remember a lot of this with film school, and it was an amazing smell, and still is to this day. Will I be buying this again? It's quite hard to come by now. It's essentially been discontinued, but I think I've done it. This is an amazing fragrance, and you know, I tried to buy a couple clones of it, sort of in denial that it was coming to the end of its life, but none of the fragrances could really touch this. This is an amazing tour de force, a beautiful, beautiful scent, and the vanilla, the tonka, the praline. This was a edible dessert, and still is. I think it was ahead of its time, and probably to me the best thing that Dior put out in their Privé line. I think I'm ready to let this go. I think that I will be really, really trying to wear this throughout the winter. I'll probably be wearing this on New Year's Eve. We're going to a New Year's Eve party here in Edinburgh, near the castle, and I'm happy to wear this. And you know, by then it may have come to the end of its life, but I've loved it. I've had it for 6 years, and I'm ready for this chapter to be over, because yeah, when I smell this now, I think of film school, I think of George in his 20s, and I think I've done it. I think I'm happy with Fève Délicieuse coming to the end. Next up is a clone. This is Desert Reflection by Dior. I've used just over half of this. This is a clone of Reflection Man, a very good clone of Reflection Man, and I never really wanted to buy the Reflection Man full retail. It never really sat right with me. I thought that it was just very, very overpriced, and the price continues to go up. Again, film school I bought this. This was about 6 years ago, because I wanted a night out fragrance, and I wanted Reflection Man, but I'd already spent my student loan on Fève Délicieuse. Fragrance Jesus has answered my prayer personally with Reflection Man, because he giveth unto me Gucci Guilty Elixir, and to me that is essentially the Reflection Man DNA updated with this great caramel shell and an extra bit of greenness and this great vanilla ice cream. No, I don't think I'll be buying another Reflection Man clone, but neither will I be buying Reflection Man, because Gucci Guilty Elixir is coming home to Pappy. Next one is this. This is a surprising fragrance. I can't believe that I'd actually used this all up. This is a 60ml of La Nuit de l'Homme. My biggest memory of this is Amsterdam. I went to Amsterdam for about 3 days a few years ago. I didn't do any of the fun stuff. I'm really lame. I didn't smoke anything, I didn't sleep with anybody, I didn't do anything. I had a nice Dutch breakfast, and I visited some museums and a gallery. I went to the Vincent van Gogh gallery. I'm so freaking lame. And I wore La Nuit de l'Homme. I wore La Nuit de l'Homme in the Vincent van Gogh. Why did I even go to Amsterdam? And I got ripped off at the Anne Frank Museum, because I bought a ticket online, but the ticket wasn't even fair. It wasn't real. It was some voucher stuff, and they wouldn't accept it. Anyway, incredible. But when I smell this, I think of that incredibly tedious and boring trip to Amsterdam in which nothing really of any consequence actually happened. Will I be buying this again? I've actually started to really enjoy this recently. Now, you know, I collected all these, and I was like, right, these bottles are going down. These bottles are going to die. I'm going to get rid of them. And so I noticed that this was being used up, and I've been wearing this actually the past couple of days, and I've been reinvigorated by my enjoyment with it. I never completely loved this fragrance, but it's a really enjoyable and pleasant fragrance, and an easy, casual fragrance, and something that everybody can enjoy around you, so why not? I think that I could buy it again. It depends on the formulation of where this is, but I think in the future, especially if I get attached to this as the next few weeks go by, it's such a chill fragrance, such a cool fragrance. It's an attractive fragrance, so I'm happy to try and see how I go with this wearing. Next one, this is, the next time I wear this, it's over. L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême, the second edition of it. I've got a backup bottle of this. I might get Pardon by Nosamato instead as sort of an upgrade with this one. But this one's been a lot of fun. It's been great. And it's just so classy. Again, this reminds me of Romania. I went to Romania. And you know what? It was really boring. I didn't smoke anything. I didn't sleep with anyone. Why do I even freaking travel the world? I don't even do anything. But I did have some nice dinner. It was Bucharest. I went to the Big Ben pub. It was 2018 when I went. I was wearing this. It was fantastic. And this is what I said to the barmaid at the Big Ben pub. Big Ben at that point was that they were repairing it. And I went in and I said to the barmaid at the Big Ben pub, if this was like true to life to being the Big Ben pub, it will be closed for repairs for the next 5 years. And no one laughed. I travel the world. And I don't fucking do anything apart from wear fragrances, eat food, and tell shit jokes. I'll see you at Essence next year. Speaking of Pardon, I might not even have to buy that because I have No Apologies by Alexandria, which is a clone of Pardon. I've got 2 clones here that I've used up. That's a bit weird. Not as good as Pardon. Not as strong. A little bit more powdery than Pardon by Nosamato. But this is great. It's got that sort of wood shaving version of L'Instant de Guerlain Eau Extrême. It's more powdery. It's got that wood shaving darkness, very, very dry and luxurious. Kind of got that star anise thing, got that leather kind of smell, got a sweetness, musky scent. It's really great, and yeah, I have enjoyed it, but I think this is more Chris's thing, to be honest. Chris enjoys this kind of fragrance. It's very mature. It also reminds me a little bit of M7 by Yves Saint Laurent, or M7 Oud Absolu. It's got that kind of thing going on as well. That musky, powdery oud smell that's very masculine and very confident. I think that with this and this, what the universe is telling me to do is to basically just buy Pardon by Nosamato. Next up is 24 Gold. This is an outstanding fragrance. I know that you can't see it, but I can hear it. It's about there, which is quite sad. This is similar to, and this is probably what I'll do next, this is similar to Raghba by Lattafa. But this is clearly more. Raghba is clearly more Eastern. This is more of a westernized version of Raghba. So it's got this vanilla oud combination that is so strong and quite sweet, and it's amazing. You've got this really bassy, boomy oud with this very sickly sweet, rounded white yellow vanilla. If you want a big, bold, massively projecting, long-lasting, westernized, sociable oud and vanilla, 24 Gold is definitely something that you should consider. It's not for everybody, and it is not maybe the classical people pleaser that we know fragrances to be, but yeah, I really like it. And sometimes I've enjoyed just wearing this in the winter with a big jumper, going to a coffee shop when it's really cold outside, big coat. That is like 24 Gold, and I feel as though once this runs out, I can just relax with Raghba by Lattafa. This needs using up as well. This is a lot more Eastern. This is a lot more like Saudi Arabian, Pakistan, Afghanistan kind of smell. This really is a lot more leaning into that smell and scent profile. This less so. This is a more homogenized, standardized version for Westerners and American and British audience, and even European audience. But yeah, I think that I'm happy to transition to the more harder stuff after 24 Gold is used up. Next is this one. I will be very sad to see this go. This is Kiste by Slumberhouse. Slumberhouse are a very, very frustrating brand because they appear and then they disappear and they appear and they disappear, and they're mysterious, and they're, you know, it doesn't really do interviews. And I think that Slumberhouse to me is like the Boards of Canada of fragrance houses, if anybody gets that reference. But you know, they're difficult to keep track of. And you know, Kiste, when it came out and I bought it on IndieSense, this was the fragrance that transformed me enjoying this as a bit of a hobby and wanting to turning it into a big time, like, you know, part of my life. Kiste really did that for me. And again, I feel as though, because I got Fève around about the same era, you know, I've worn this, and I think I've probably got maybe another year, another season out of this, because like I'm wearing it now. I think it's probably next year that this will be gone, because you know, you can spray this one time on your skin and that's it. It stains the skin. It's loud. It's going to last the entire day. A beautiful peach Georgian summertime fragrance, peaches, honey, vanilla, clove, incredible. I don't know if I'll be killing this bottle this year, but I think that at the start of autumn 2024, I think it'll be over. And I don't know if I even want, you know, if I even wanted to buy another bottle of this, I don't know if I'd be able to, because it's just so difficult to get hold of. But if that's it, it's been one hell of a ride. It's been over half a decade that I've owned this, and I'd be happy to let it go. An amazing fragrance, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Next up is this. This is Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. This bottle has got better and better and better as I've owned it, actually. When I first smelt it, I thought that the reformulation had hit it hard, but I've had this for about 4 years now. I bought it very soon before I did the Estonia review, and I went to Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia, to review this, and I did a whole 30-minute review on it. And yeah, like, I went to Estonia last year, and I didn't wear this fragrance. I wore the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about. But Tobacco Vanille is an amazing, beautiful, Christmassy fragrance. Chocolatey, tobacco leaf, wonderful, glorious, sweet vanilla in the best of ways. Reminds me of a lot of European desserts, and you know, like it reminds me of Drambuie, the whiskey liqueur. It's so spicy, so enticing. A wonderful, wonderful fragrance. But I will probably get another bottle of this. Probably. Maybe not in the next... Maybe leave it a while. But I don't think I can live without Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco Vanille is too... It's a very sacred fragrance to me. I love it very much, and it's a pleasure to own it. And it helps me... Like, it's gone to the point where Tobacco Vanille has actually helped me reconnect with Christmas. You know, as you get older, as an adult, Christmas is kind of like not as big a deal anymore because you're not getting free shit on the actual day. But Tobacco Vanille reconnected me to Christmas and more to the sort of the traditional values of Christmas. But then there's another fragrance that's helped me do that. Another fragrance that I think is on par with Tobacco Vanille, and that is the final fragrance, and that is Jarov's Tobacco. And I've had this for a year, and I've nearly bottled through this. This is probably going to be killed by the end of, but maybe even by the end of the year, because, oh my god. So these two are just very precious to me. You know, the DNA is amazing and beautiful, and I'm hopefully going to be doing like a longer form video like I did yesterday, where I get to talk about these two really in you know, high detail. But these two fragrances mean so much, and Tobacco Vanille is warm and cuddly, but Tobacco, I don't know, this feels like childhood Christmas, this feels like adult Christmas. That's a good way of putting it. And I both wore these fragrances in Estonia. I wore this the first time that I went on my own, and I wore Tobacco in Estonia with my girlfriend and her family, well, part of her family. And I don't know, there's just something in there, that there's a beautiful evolution there. Because when I went to Estonia with Tobacco Vanille, I just went on my own to just shoot a video, you know. But the second time I went with family, and I didn't shoot a video, and it was bit more meaningful. It was amazing. So both these fragrances are great, but yeah, Tobacco Vanille and Tobac, I gotta have them both. So these were my 9 fragrances that I loved so much that they are nearly empty. Please tell me in the comments what fragrances that you are nearly coming to the end of, and tell me if you're going to be rebuying them again, or if you're just happy to let them go. I'm the Fragrance Press, and I'll see you soon. Bye.